Hi, beautiful Taurus. How are you? This is Mary Ellen coming to you from Moonrise Cottage for your July 2018 Soul Tarot reading. And boy, does the universe have it queued up for you today. For those of you that are new, welcome, and welcome back to everybody who's been following along my channel. These are the cards that have come out after my meditation on Taurus. As you know, you have Uranus stationed in your first house. There's a lot of moving and shaking going on, Spirit says. So I'm just giving you the opportunity to take a look at the cards before I start in. Hi. I just want to remind you all, my website is moonrisecottagesoultarot.com. Everything you need to know about me and the services I offer, different kinds of readings, distance healing, medium services, etc., and the live stream community, which is building. Just go to the website. The link will be below the video. And check it out. And I'm looking forward to being in touch with you all. So, as we jump into the month, the first card that comes out is the theme that Spirit wants to talk about. And clearly, Spirit's saying, the spiritual world, that this part of your existence, Spirit says, is laser focused on you, because check it out right out of the gate, right off the top. The theme of that which you are moving through this month, this is an indication of the solar eclipse that is going to happen on the full moon on the 12th of July. Look at that. That's the message from Spirit. That is the Leah Fail Stone of Destiny. And we see a deep transformation coming because of the eclipse and because you have Uranus stationed in your first house. That is the augury of knowledge. It is a new beginning. And we see this woman, female energy. Spirit's talking about the notions of the crone coming very deeply into this source because of all the experiences you've had and becoming activated. It's about activation and self-actualization. In order to be able to stream the pattern of your sacred energy here onto the earth in direct alignment with that which is happening in the spiritual realm. Look at that. There's the all-seeing eye, so to speak, of the spiritual realm. And here we see, on the day of the eclipse, something profound is happening for you. So be prepared. Spirit saying, gather up your courage. Because you have Uranus, there's a lot of shifting going on. The very next card that stands to the left of this is how you stand in your physical personhood, if you will, standing here on the earth under the light of the spiritual messages that are coming forward, your destiny for the month. It's the beautiful foundation of knowledge. Again, beautiful feminine energy, that which is new and that which is seasoned, Spirit says, standing in direct alignment with the sacred ancients. Deep out in the universe, you're going to feel very deep this month. When the eclipse comes, if you can set aside some time to be with yourself, please do it. This is a new foundation of sacred knowledge that is coming to you as you receive that which comes through the eclipse. It's a very important moment, Taurus. The very first card on the human realm is a reflection of all of this, Spirit says. That is the liberator, of devotion. That is about going through a portal. Another reflection of this message that's coming forward, that's the sacred shaman carrying the soul. The ancient Celtic peoples believed it resided in the head, carrying the soul across a portal in order that new life can arrive, because you are being liberated into the next phase of your soul development. This is another indication of sacred feminine power. The vibration of the sacred feminine is very deeply entwined in your reading this month. For those of you that don't know, this is a depiction of something called a Sheila Nagi. You can go to the internet and look that up. These are carvings that were found on the south-facing wall of churches that were erected when Christianity began to move across Europe and into Ireland. The ancient peoples that were there were Spirit saying, staking their claim. A lot of the churches that rose up in that time were on the sacred sites of the ancient peoples. The megalithic tombs that were brought up, many of the Christian. Okay, Spirit's talking about the pathway to spiritual knowledge through the Christian. Okay, Spirit's talking about the river. So those sites were chosen purposely. And in order to keep the ancient knowledge alive, somehow, nobody knows how it happened or where they came from, who did this, these images were carved into the churches. And they are, I think there are 45 of them remaining around Ireland. So again, very deep into the spiritual realm of the sacred feminine energy, the portal. And clearly, when the portal opens on the 12th of July, on the day of the new moon, the day when your dreams, your wishes can become activated for several days after that, a solar eclipse shining the light of the sun into this notion, Spirit says. It's a very sacred day for you. The month of July is going to be chock full of shift and change and self-actualization. And when we talk about Uranus being stationed in your first house, we know there's a lot of change going on. In addition, we have a lot of planets, as most of you know, in retrograde. So there is a deep, there are two notions coming through from Spirit. Deep activation, actualization of that part of you that is of the sacred realm, coming through this portal that is opening. And also the notion at the same time of standing still. The very next card that comes forward is the judgment of skill. So in these days, Spirit says, look at that beautiful rendition, Spirit says, of the feminine energy. Sitting here on the earth, reviewing what we are experiencing, where we have been, what the battles have been about, and how we would like to go forward. And Spirit's telling me to pay attention to the shoes and the vessel. Sitting in front of this beautiful body of water on a lovely summer day with a vessel filled with water energy, abundance, life, love, tranquility, peace. The shoes are blue. It indicates a total transformation in your walk. So know that your spirit is walking forward while you are here. Spirit's calling it stationed on the earth, joining the energy of Pluto that is in Capricorn and the shift and change that is coming through for Virgos. So Spirit has asked me to do the readings in astrological groupings. Take a look, if you have time, at your Earth sign cohort, and you'll see the the similar aspects of the journey that we are all having. So you're going to have time. Spirit says, take the time. While all this swirl is going on around you, take some time to be still and to be an observer and to ponder deeply that which you are, the ways in which you are evolving and what that has to do with what is happening here in this realm on the earth. The final card on the human walk is beautiful to me given the discussion that's coming out. That is a numeral 2, another notion of new beginning. That is the dialogue of knowledge. So as you come into this augury of knowledge, which is, by the way, a prophecy about what is meant for you in these days, we see an alignment with the augury of knowledge opening through the portal of the eclipse, and in your human walk, there is the very next card, the numeral 2, the dialogue of knowledge. It is about becoming a student of that which you will understand. And you may, because of Uranus, because of all this shocking change and upheaval, you may feel unprepared. But you are definitely starting down a new road in a very strong, life-changing way. This young man is blessed. Spirit says blessed. Isn't that wonderful? That was a slip of my tongue. I was going to say dressed in the garments of change, the blue and the purple, evolution and change happening, and being closer in alignment with the sacred realm. So for those of you who don't know the story of this card, it's about a young man who was out in the world adventuring. His father was one of the most exalted, Spirit says, sacred wisdom holders in the tribe. Back in the days when wisdom was passed down in an oral tradition, he was in the lineage of wisdom holders. And so, Spirit says, are you. In this aspect, his father passed away, and he had to quickly travel home to take up the chair, and he didn't feel ready. He hadn't completed his training. So he put on this silly fake beard of straw, tried to make himself look older and wiser, and he went and sat in the chair, took up the staff, and he was quaking in his boots. He was feeling like a fraud. And Spirit saying, don't do that to yourself. You are ready. You are at a new beginning. Understand and honor that position and know that you are prepared. Okay? So as the story goes, this older gentleman came to see him, to pay homage to his dad and to welcome him home and all those things. And they had this discussion about the knowledge that is held within and the knowledge that has come forth, Spirit saying, through the eons of the tribe. He finally said, I don't feel ready. I'm sorry, I've been kind of faking it. I'm going to take off the beard so you can see how young I am and just acknowledge I'm not ready. Would you please come and sit in this chair and be my mentor until I am ready and I can, in an honorable way, take up my position? The elder gentleman said, of course. He went and sat in the chair, and the first thing he did was reinstall him into the seat and said, you are ready. You've proved yourself to be ready. You've done your work. We all know that you're young and you have a long journey ahead of you, but we also know that the knowledge you're meant to have has come into you, and you are going to begin to understand the deeper aspects and the ability to wield the power of that knowledge. That's what this reading is about for you in your human journey. It's phenomenal. And Spirit's saying, and thank goodness for Uranus. The moment has arrived. If you haven't seen last month's video, go check out some of the videos. My readings are not standalone. They do discuss, what's happening in this particular month, but it is a story that is evolving from my spirit guides. Month on month, you have a particular journey. So if you want to understand this month a little deeper, go look at the last couple of months and see what's been going on. You will be very happily surprised. The card that indicates what is the bridge for you on your journey, that connects your human walk to your soul's progress, your soul's intentions, the work that you are doing that is reflected in your human walk, comes to all of us because of our soul journey and that which is being, the progress that is being made on that realm. And the card is the shaper of growth. And given everything that's already come out, what could be more beautiful than that? This is a major arcana card. There is an intense amount of energy going on to assist you, to assure you, and to let you know that you are coming through this portal, coming through the shift and change with all the gifts and the bounty that you need as you come through. In the mythology of this card, the Sacred Mother assists souls as they come through and pass through into this realm to have their journey. So for you, in this month, we see the soul journey, the portal that you go through, the place in which you're standing as you pass through the eclipse, coming through the sacred portal of knowledge, and with all the gifts and the bounty that you need in order to be successful as you take up the new growth that is meant for you. It is reflected over and over again in these cards. It's a very pointed message from Spirit this month. And if you look at the top row, the cards that indicate your spirit journey, we see indications of Uranus on a soul level. What is happening in the cosmos because of the station of Uranus in Taurus? It's a really profound, very beautiful message that reflects what is happening in the human realm. So the elopement of skill, beautiful story. This is about the different aspects of your soul under the full light of the sun. And I believe it was last month, Spirit was talking about coming into the aspect of Uranus stationed in your first house, being in the full light of the Uranus energy in order to transform and bond yourself, the human realm and the spirit realm, the yin and the yang of your nature, the male and the female energy. This couple were sacred lovers. There was a spell put on this woman, and she had to go through a very mystical process in order to die and be reborn all in a moment, so that she could shed that which was holding her back and meet the other half of her being. When that happened, they were able to reach each other, bind themselves together. They were in a great banquet hall, and they ran to the fireplace, and they arose literally through the smoke hole, turned into swans, and flew away. So if you want to know a little more about the deeper aspects of this card, look into the Cygnus Enigma, look into the swans in sacred Irish mythology, and you'll learn a little bit more about this. Swans mate for life. The prospect of Uranus shining its love energy directly onto your being in the soul aspect means that you are coming into very deep alignment with yourself in these moments. And that aspect will forever go forward, completely bonded to yourself on a sacred level, with those two halves of your nature, those two energy set points, throughout the remainder of this lifetime. Because, on a certain level, right, depending on what you believe, you came here in order to be here to shepherd this process that's going on in the earth forward. There's a lot of upheaval going on. There's a lot of resistance. There's a lot of transformation. And the things that are holding us back, particularly when it comes to your energy pattern in these days, this is the process that you came here to experience because your soul is directing it, has been waiting for the station of Uranus in this lifetime so that this could take place and be reflected here in this realm. It's incredibly beautiful. And the very next card is the courtship of this skill. What is it about that relationship with self on a soul level that causes you to come into courtship and be bound together? It's a perfect continuation of the message. And there's the lion-hearted energy of the sun. We see that the male pattern of the energy is continuing to transform. Same clothing, blue and purple. And the female half of the energy is indicating new growth because of the color of her garments. And she is leading him forward. They are bonded now. And what is meant to occur, indicated by the vessels at their backs that we cannot see inside of them yet. There's a lot of mystery. A lot is going to unfold because of the station of Uranus, the pure light of the sun's energy. It's phenomenal the way the message is being reconfirmed from my perspective with every card that has come out. They look a little furtive. They're not sure. Just like the young man who on the human realm came into his destiny. He's not sure either, but it's okay. You don't have to know everything in this moment, but it is important to understand the sacred process that's going on and the deep way that you are coming into yourself and literally being activated because you now, coming through the portal, you stand on this beautiful foundation of sacred knowledge. It's quite astounding to me. The last card on the spirit realm. Look at that. It's really beautiful. And you know what? I have to tell you something. My door is open. It's been pouring rain and thundering all day. A little chipmunk just ran into my house. I feel sorry for the little thing. Now I'm going to have to figure out how to let it get out of here. So that is the lover of devotion. It is a major arcana card. It's quite stunning to have it in the position that it's in, given all the discussion that has come out about the purpose of what your soul is working on and how it is moving your human existence and experience forward. Her abundance, the devotion that she feels lies squarely at her heart chakra. And This is not telling you that a sacred lover is coming into your life. This would be the lover card in the traditional tarot. Here in Soul Tarot, it's about, and again, we see this beautiful feminine aspect. What is it that you desire in your heart chakra to devote yourself to? It's time to choose the path. That's what this is indicating. So, in the story of this card, she did have two suitors. She had a couple of opportunities to figure out what she wanted her life to be about and which path she would choose. So in these moments, your soul is involved in this process of binding together with itself in order to have a courtship, a very skillful courtship on a soul level with the two halves of your nature, and choose, Spirit saying, in a feminine portal type of way, that which you will devote yourself to in your life. And I also just want to say, we see this image of a crow. Crow medicine, go and look it up online. It's about messages from the spirit realm. It's about sacred knowledge. It's about mystical understanding. So those two notions, again, bonded together in this card, are very important as the last card on the spirit realm. So let's take a look at the outcome. Also stunning and beautiful to me. That is a major arcana card. That is the dreamer of growth. And we see this prophecy being confirmed in the outcome card. And if you look at the center column of cards, wow, let me show you the card. There it is. Look at that. Again, a notion of two halves of your nature being firmly bonded together, able to look both sides across the veil and firmly rooted in the sacred realm. In order to dream and manifest the growth that you desire, because you have the opportunity to devote yourself in the ways that Spirit has been discussing. In the traditional tarot, this is the star card. It is about brilliance. It is about genius. It is about the ability to manifest. So please understand that which we are attempting to manifest, as Spirit saying, as a global society. These are the moments where the tapestry begins to come into fruition. That which I've spoken about all these months, Spirit says. Coming through from last year's, it's interesting, winter solstice, and preparing us to go forward into the days of the next solstice with all the changes and all the destiny that is meant for us here in this place as we wrangle with all the things that are going on in the world. Never forget that your focus and your energy and that which you desire can be manifest if you choose to take this pathway. We always have free will. So if it's something that you desire in your heart, as the lover of devotion does, give yourself permission to devote yourself and your energy to that which you can dream about, because you really have the power to join your energy to everyone else who is doing so. And the particular pattern of your Taurus energy, very important to the collective. So do not be afraid to dream big and make a commitment. Don't second guess yourself, Spirit says. That which you feel in your heart chakra because of this change is coming to you is profoundly real. Whether we see it yet or not, it is evolving. And that is why the earth signs are so involved at this moment in bringing all this destiny forward. Clearly it's about what's happening on the earth. And if you want to look deeply into this, go and look at what has happened in the past. Over time, Spirit says, historically, what has happened here on this earth when Pluto has been stationed in the first house of Capricorn and Uranus has joined in that effort. Clearly, something big is happening. So take a look again at the cards. Look at the card on the bottom right. This notion of a deep dialogue sitting underneath the augury of knowledge and the lover of devotion. That is the dialogue you are engaged in with yourself, because it's on the human realm. And that piece of your existence, Spirit says, that part of you, squarely, if you look upward to the left, we see you standing on this new foundation of knowledge, sacred knowledge, standing with the ancients in a feminine aspect, meaning you embody the portal of change. It's profound, and you are surrounded by male energy that has the ability to move that notion forward. And up on the top of that diagonal line, we see the unfolding. We see the bonding, the elopement of your skill set in the spiritual realm. It's going to be a big month. You're going to feel the intensity of the change. So take a look at the bottom left. There we see the portal again. There are 3 or 4 notations of the portal in this reading in 1 month alone. So we see that you are being carried across into this liberation of your devotion. And again, the energy rises through you as the fulcrum, standing on the foundation of this sacred knowledge with the ancients. And at the top, the reflecting the liberator of devotion, we have the lover of devotion. That is what your soul is engaged in. And you are coming into a very profound alignment between your soul journey and your human walk. Don't doubt it. It's incredible. Taurus, I'm a Virgo, so I'm feeling it, and I'm going through an enormous amount of shift and change. Those of you who've been following along, you know what's happening on Moonrise Cottage. If you don't, go look at some of the live streams from the last couple of months, okay? And if you're new and you're following the channel, I just did a live stream on Sunday where I finally sort of started coming out of the closet. What's my story? Who am I? How has my life evolved in this way? And I'm seeing a similar unfolding. I am stepping deeper into my own destiny. And I feel the impact of Uranus. I feel myself as an energetic being sort of sandwiched between what's happening with Taurus and what's happening with Pluto. And I'm coming into the days of, deep summer, the harvest, all those notions. And that's what's happening. So understand the widest aspect that you can imagine and dream big. Have a wonderful month. I'm really looking forward to hearing from all of you about how these aspects are affecting you. What are you dreaming about? Let me know. If you would like to, ask for some sacred dreaming. Put a little notepad by your bed. And the moment you wake up, write it down, because you know how they drift away? So all of this deep mystical travel, I'm really excited for you. I'm going to leave you with the picture of the cards and inviting you to share your story on the thread below the video. I can't wait to see it. Taurus, have a really wonderful month. I will look forward with a lot of excitement to unfolding the cards that are going to come out in August. Thank you so much for being here with me and for all of your love and support. As always, it means a lot to me, and I'm deeply grateful. Thank you, Taurus.